Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The question is echoing among NBA analysts and fans, will LeBron James ask for a trade? If so, the Warriors want to sign him, and a package deal involving Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield could appeal to the Lakers, as they'll receive Kuminga, who is young, athletic, and a scorer, and Buddy Hield, a great three-point shooter. Rejuvenating the team will also help build the Lakers' future. Big deal suggestion: Los Angeles Lakers receive Kuminga, Buddy Hield, and one more player in exchange for LeBron James. The Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James are having relationship issues. Ever since LeBron opted into his $50+ million player option, signs have been pointing to a deteriorating relationship between LeBron and the Lakers organization. Consequently, LeBron trade rumors have started, and one shocking team may be throwing their hat into the conversation. INTs versus Los Angeles Lakers. According to ESPN's Brian Windhorst and Ramona Shelburne, the Warriors seriously explored a trade for LeBron James. The gigantic trade that had landed Doncic in Los Angeles had formed sudden new realities, one of which was James eventually becoming an expiring contract for the first time in his 23-year career. It was the strongest sign yet that the end of his Lakers tenure was near. A handful of teams, including the Golden State Warriors, who tried to trade for James in 2023-24, considered again whether to make an offer, sources said. While it might make sense for the Warriors to pursue LeBron, the Lakers would likely be psyched on sending one of their franchise legends to their interstate rival. However, this is LeBron James we are talking about. If a Lakers-LeBron trade were to happen, LeBron would likely be able to dictate where he'd be sent. If he named the Warriors as one of his preferred destinations, the Lakers may not have a choice. For the Lakers, the Warriors could give them some decent assets in return for James. Just by salaries alone, someone like Draymond Green or Jonathan Kuminga would likely need to be in the deal. For now, the Lakers just need to wait and see if that LeBron trade request becomes a reality. If not, they'll have at least one more season with James on their roster. Trade pitch has Lakers get $11.5 million disruptive defender to fix weakness. The Los Angeles Lakers pulled off one of the most stunning trades in recent memory when they sent five-time All-NBA center Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks, getting back another five-time All-NBA superstar, Luka Doncic. But as breathtaking as it was at the time, the trade did nothing to address perhaps the Lakers' biggest weakness, defense. Led by LeBron James and Doncic, the Lakers powered their way to the third seed in the Western Conference with a 50-win season. But they didn't do it with defense, ranking only 17th of the NBA's 30 teams with a defensive rating of 113.8. The defensive weaknesses could no longer be hidden when LeBron and company faced Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs, when their defensive rating ballooned to 116.7 and they not surprisingly went out not with a bang but with a whimper, falling 4-1 in the series. Lakers need another move to upgrade flagging D. The Lakers have made some attempt to address the issue, signing 7-footer DeAndre Ayton as a free agent. But Ayton in limited action for the Portland Trail Blazers last season put up a defensive rating of 112. That's worse than the league average of 110.6. On the other hand, Portland shooting guard Matisse Thybulle has been described as a disruptive defender and the most unorthodox defender in NBA history. For his entire career, divided between the Philadelphia 76ers and Portland, Thybulle, entering his 7th year in the league, has maintained a defensive rating of 108.7. In a new trade proposal by Clutch Points associate editor Jed Padagum, it is Thybulle who moves to the Lakers, on his expiring contract that pays him $11.55 million next season, in exchange for two bench players, Maxi Kleber and Shake Milton, along with a 2032 unprotected second-round draft pick. With the Blazers' acquisition of veteran defensive specialist Drew Holiday from the Boston Celtics, Thybulle may be seen as expendable in Portland coach Chauncey Billups' scheme. Thybulle is someone the Lakers have checked the availability of, and one would think that the Blazers will be more than willing to trade him away considering his lack of durability and his contract situation, Padagum wrote. Thibault excelled in highly limited action. That lack of durability may be why the Lakers could get away with giving up no more than Kleber, acquired in the Doncic trade but who sat out injured the rest of the season, and Milton to get the 28-year-old. Thibault appeared in only 15 games last season with knee and ankle injuries keeping him sidelined. But when he did take the court he made an impact. According to play-by-play statistics, the Trailblazers' net rating, defensive rating subtracted from offensive rating, declined by almost 3.5 points with Thibault off the court, but went up by close to a full point when he was on the floor. He did look like a very impactful player upon his return, wrote Padagum. He averaged 2.2 steals a night, which goes to show that he's still one of the most disruptive defenders in the association. The 2019 Celtics first-round pick, traded to the Sixers on draft night, in his 15 games with Portland last season, significantly impacted the defense with a 105.1 defensive rating, best on the team for players averaging at least 12 minutes, and tied for 5th in the NBA for players averaging 20 minutes or more, according to NBA writer Aaron Fentress of The Oregonian. Lakers Novo. Lakers add big man to NBA Summer League roster. The Lakers made an NBA Summer League roster move this week, adding center Christian Coloco in time for Las Vegas. The Los Angeles Lakers will take the court for their opening game in Las Vegas for NBA Summer League on Thursday in a hyped-up matchup against number 1 overall pick Cooper Flagg and the Dallas Mavericks. The team finished 2-1 at the California Classic this past week, and as the Lakers Summer League entry prepares for Vegas now, they've added a familiar face to the roster in Christian Coloco. Coloco will join the Lakers Summer League roster this week as per NBA reporter Jovan Buha. He was tendered a two-way qualifying offer by the team, essentially making him a restricted free agent. He spent last season with the Lakers on a two-way contract after being cleared to resume his career following a blood clot issue. The Toronto Raptors originally selected Coloco with the number 33 overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft. He played only one season for the Raptors before his NBA career was temporarily put on hold due to the discovery of a health issue involving blood clots. The Raptors ended up cutting Coloco after needing to free up roster space. The Lakers signed Coloco to a two-way contract last offseason, and the NBA ultimately cleared him to resume his career. While he showed flashes during brief moments with the Lakers last season, he spent plenty of time developing in the G League with South Bay. He played in 12 games with South Bay and averaged 14.5 points, 7.9 rebounds, 1.8 assists and 3.2 blocked shots with splits of 54.5% shooting from the field and 73.3% shooting from the free throw line. Several teams are interested in LeBron James, and here we list 5 places where the star could land if he asks for a trade. LeBron James is once again one of the most discussed names heading into the NBA offseason, which comes as a surprise to virtually no one who has followed basketball since the superstar forward began his career over 20 years ago. James picked up his $52.6 million player option for the 2025-26 season, instead of opting out and potentially signing a new contract with the LA Lakers. Why would he do that? Some have speculated that picking up the option will make it easier to trade him this summer. And while neither James or LA have insinuated the possibility of a trade this offseason, a statement made by LeBron's agent, Rich Paul, has certainly raised some eyebrows. LeBron wants to compete for a championship. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Jeannie, Bus, and Rob Pelinka, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. We understand the difficulty in winning now while preparing for the future. We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage in his life and career. He wants to make every season he has left count, and the Lakers understand that, are supportive and want what's best for him. Whether this is a leverage play from James' camp to force a trade, or an effort to encourage the Lakers to build a contender around the aging legend, fans and pundits alike are champing at the bit to predict what the future holds for the 4-time MVP. On Friday, ESPN's Brian Windhorst and Ramona Shelburne reported that James had a difficult time adjusting to the fact that the Lakers were turning their focus to younger superstar Luka Doncic, who they acquired mid-season from the Dallas Mavericks in arguably the most shocking trade in NBA history. Could this spell the end of LeBron's time in Hollywood? Here at GiveSport, we've put together a list of the top 5 trade destinations for LeBron James this offseason. New York Knicks. James feels like the perfect personality for the bright lights of New York City. The 22-year NBA veteran has continuously expressed his love and appreciation for the Big Apple, even referring to Madison Square Garden as his favorite playground in a 2017 Instagram post. A trade between the Lakers and New York Knicks, centered around LeBron, would absolutely rock the league, and could make the Knicks the favorite to win the NBA title in 2026. New York was just 2 wins away from making it back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. James might be the guy to get them over the hump. Remove ads. The Knicks would obviously have to break up their talented squad in a potential trade, likely parting ways with OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson if they want to make it work. While a deal for LeBron could be a lot of fun, it might not be worth it for a balanced roster that is a piece away from an elusive championship. Dallas Mavericks. Oh, imagine the irony. Just months after the Lakers swung a blockbuster trade to acquire Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks, could we see James abandon Luka in LA to join his former team? LeBron would reunite with Anthony Davis, the centerpiece in the return for Doncic, and Kyrie Irving, both of whom he's won NBA titles with. The pair of superstars are some of James' favorite teammates, and the new Big Three, plus Klay Thompson, in Texas could stake a claim as a contender in the Western Conference. Remove ads. The sweetener? Dallas just selected elite prospect Cooper Flagg with the first overall pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, an uber-talented forward projected to be a difference-maker as a rookie. What better player to learn from than King James himself? The Mavericks could keep their core intact in a trade too, sending valuable rotation pieces like Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington to LA to make the money work. San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs should be a dark horse destination for LeBron. While the Spurs lack the glitz and glamour of big markets like New York and Los Angeles, they do boast an interesting roster brimming with promising talent, punctuated by generational big man Victor Wembanyama. San Antonio has shown that it wants to accelerate its roster building after showing interest in trading for Kevin Durant, who instead landed with state rivals Houston Rockets. Remove ads. But LeBron could be a great fit alongside Wembanyama, who has been looking for a creator to get him the ball in good spots since he entered the league in 2023. He could also be a great mentor to top prospects Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle. The Spurs would likely have to part with Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, and more to make the trade work, but the opportunity to play with the best young talent since himself could be too good to pass up for LeBron. Cleveland Cavaliers. A homecoming is always on the cards for LeBron. James has had 2 stints with the Cleveland Cavaliers, the team that drafted him, taking them to 5 NBA Finals and leading them to their first championship in 2016. A return home for the Akron, Ohio native would be a fairy tale ending to an iconic career. Even better, with a weakened Eastern Conference next year, who says James can't deliver another title for the Cavs before he sails off into the sunset? The price would be steep, of course, and with Cleveland well over the salary cap and the second apron, they would have to move at least Darius Garland, Jarrett Allen, and DeAndre Hunter, as well as include a third team in the trade, if they want to make a trade possible. Still, a big three of James, Donovan Mitchell, and Evan Mobley could very well be enough to carry Cleveland back to their first NBA Finals since LeBron left in 2018. Golden State Warriors. NBA fans, and even LeBron himself, have long dreamed of seeing James team up with Golden State Warriors superstar guard Stephen Curry. The longtime rivals faced off in 4 straight NBA Finals, with Curry and the Warriors prevailing on 3 occasions. Despite the legendary battles between the two over the years, James and Curry share a great relationship, and cherished the opportunity to play on the same team when they suited up for Team USA at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, where they led the United States to a gold medal. Could an NBA union between the two transcending hoopers be on the cards? The trade wouldn't be a complicated one, with Jimmy Butler likely being the centerpiece in the deal. James would join Curry and Draymond Green in the Bay Area, complemented by a handful of strong depth pieces in Buddy Hield, Brandon Podziemski, and Moses Moody. What a treat it would be to watch James and Curry chase one final ring together to close out one of the most memorable eras in NBA history.